Good evening, and welcome to Queen's Table. It's Tuesday night, and we've got an amazing guest as always. Hello, Lauri. How are you?
Hello, I'm amazing, Dee. Lovely to see you again.
Yeah, it's very good to see you again. It just seems like only a few weeks ago, but yeah, it is only a few weeks ago, isn't it? But it just feels like it's longer. I don't know what's happened, to be honest.
It does feel like a while ago, but yeah, in reality it was only a few weeks ago.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's just got absolutely flown by though, isn't it? We're in May now and everything like that, and yeah, it's been thunderstorm today. I mean, look at my hair. I might just apologise to everyone now. My hair doesn't normally look like this.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And I can back that opinion up. I can back it up. I've got evidence.
No, it's brilliant. But it's just like one of them. It's that sort of weather, isn't it? You even step outside and your hair just goes. I just give up with it today. It's not happening. But anyway, luckily it's not an interview about me. It's an interview about you, and you look stunning. So we're okay today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
If anyone wants to ask Lauri any questions, please pop the comments in below, and I will read them out to her. So it's all exciting now. So you have got an incredible journey laying ahead of you. So you are in Eco Pageants. You're an Eco Pageants UK finalist. How are you feeling about that?
Goodness me, it still hasn't quite sunk in. Even though I have been a finalist since, I swear, about January, February time. Because when you enter so early and when you've confirmed your entry so early, you're there thinking, yes, I've got ages. I'm at that moment in time where I'm thinking, hang on a minute, I've got to book the hotel, I've got to get my dress sorted, and you have all of these deadlines. So it's creeping up on me. I feel like it's getting there, and I'm sort of planning my weekends ahead now with all of these appearances and whatnot.
It flies by, doesn't it? It flies by. So we'll start off by asking you a little bit about your pageant history. So, how long you've been doing pageants for and things like that, and what got you into pageants.
Okay, so let me just get the scroll out.
I should have asked that question, should I? How
long have we got again? So I've been in pageants we're looking at 10 years now. So I started I'd like to say I started very young, but I didn't actually. I started when I was about 17 oh my goodness, 11 years. Do the maths, Lauri. So I actually started when I was 17, when I was scouted by Miss England at the Clothes Show Live when it was good in Birmingham. I don't think it even runs anymore, does it? Does the Clothes Show Live?
I don't know. I'm not actually sure. I'll be Googling that after.
Yeah, we will Google that after.
Yeah.
And long story short, everyone has pretty much seen me in Miss Earth. I competed in Miss Universe JB twice. Power pageants, that goes to show my age because it's not power pageants anymore. And a couple of weeks ago, I competed in Intercon. So I've been around the houses really. For quite some time. Oh, Miss Great Britain, that's another one that I did.
Oh, fabulous. Oh. You're an experienced pageant girl then, aren't you?
I am. So much so that I'm actually forgetting the ones I've competed in.
Oh, that's all good. It's all good. It's all experience and stuff. It's brilliant, isn't it? So now you're going for Eco Pageants UK. So that sounds really exciting. What made you choose that system?
So I was involved in the system when it was just Miss Earth, and me and Molly actually competed against each other. Well, I say competed against each other. We competed together. Let's face it. It's never against each other when we're in the pageant industry. But we competed together with Miss Earth, and then Molly has now bought the rights for Miss Earth and has combined it with Miss Environment. So that's the title that I'm aiming for, because Molly will crown. I think she crowns 7 different winners on the night. So she'll crown her 3. England, Wales, and Scotland for Miss Earth, and then Miss Environment, and then there's Ms. Eco Pageants UK, and there's also a runner-up as well. So that's 6, Lauri, not 7. She's a teacher.
We're doing with our maths, good with our maths tonight, aren't we? We're fine.
So I've been on the scene for quite some time, and it's actually one true message that I can get behind. And even though it is very, very niche, and talking about the environment and all the issues that surround it, I felt like it was a message that was very clear and one that I could really get behind. So that's why I've entered, apart from being a granny and being around for quite some time.
Oh, bless you. No, it sounds really good. So why do you think eco is different to other pageants then? What message do you think it brings against other pageants similar to that?
I think that's actually a really good question, because I've been thinking about this for quite some time. And I think it's one of those pageants where it's very clear and concise in its message and what it's about, but it really gives girls a platform to really express what they think is the biggest environmental issue at the moment. Because if we started talking about different environmental issues, we'd be here all night. And it gives an opportunity for someone to talk about what's really important to them. So with me, it's education, she says, because she's a teacher. So it gives me the opportunity to talk about environment in education. But someone else, I know Charlotte Brooke, who competed and she won Miss Earth a couple of years ago, she was very passionate about fast fashion. So which comes with her being a model. So it really gives you an opportunity to even get even just a little bit more passionate than what you usually would be, because you know that you've got an audience that's full of people behind the cause, as well as it being a pageant. So without getting political.
Really interesting as well, because I've spoken to a few ladies that have competed in eco and are very passionate about things. And I remember the first time I had a conversation with someone about fast fashion, for instance, and I was just like, my mind was blown, because I generally didn't know as much as I thought I did. There was so much more to it. And it's like you said, you could literally talk about these subjects all night. You could talk about them for hours, because they just go in more and more in depth, don't they? And they're very, very interesting, but quite shocking as well. So, you know, you've got your own business, which is the Eco Educator. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I actually started it with my former partner, because he was a scout leader. He was a survival instructor, and we decided to create something that was ours. And if you've been following me for quite some time, you've noticed that I've rebranded and so on and so forth, to focus more on the education side of it. So what I do as the Eco Educator is I put little hints, tips, tricks on Instagram to make it a very non-preachy, very approachable approach, if you like, towards being more of an environmentalist. So I found that the world is very full of people like Just Stop Oil, Extinction Rebellion, which tend to have an element of shame coming with them. So it's a shame that you're not a vegan. It's a shame that you don't care. It's a shame that you don't come to these animal rights demonstrations. I wanted to take that out, and I wanted to take the fear out and replace it with positive passion. So with that, as a teacher, I'm a primary school teacher as my day job. I also looked into the national curriculum and saw that there wasn't enough environmental education. I mean, I'm actually teaching all about plastic pollution at the moment. However, I find myself spewing out the same thing over and over again, and it's less doing. And I thought, right, okay, I now do bespoke workshops for schools that actually gets them out of the classroom and talking to specialists. So we have farmers come in, we have gardeners come in to teach the children gardening, where does their food come from, and all the rest of it. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. So yeah, it's a very clear business model.
Yeah, I like it. It's really, that's really, really good. So what gave you the idea? I mean, obviously you are a school teacher, primary school teacher, which is amazing. What an incredible job, by the way. So I don't know how you do it, seriously. No, I'm joking. So,
thank you.
But no, that's really, really good. But what sort of gave you this sort of idea for it? Where did it come from? Was it from your work, or just something that you thought of outside of work?
It was something that spilled over into my day job. So I was passionate about it already. I mean, I've been vegan for 10 years and I've watched all the documentaries, and it's something that I am living, and it's something that I love very dearly. But I realised that there was a gap in the market in schools, like with everything, about how I teach about Sir David Attenborough, and then I put on a documentary, but that's where it ends. There's no practicality involved. And with children being very kinesthetic learners, they learn by doing most of the time. I thought, right, it's lovely me preaching and having Sir David Attenborough up on the screen, but that doesn't change anything. They could easily do this at home. And I thought, what can they not do at home? Well, they don't have a specialist coming in and teaching them how to grow potatoes. They don't have a marine biologist at the touch of their hands. So I've brought a zoologist in who has shown them what they can do, and also job opportunities as well. Because I've never known a child who's not interested in the natural world, but they all know Sir David Attenborough as a zoologist. And I'm there thinking, yeah, and I say, yeah, of course, kiddies, you can be a zoologist, but there's lots of different jobs as well out there. There's a marine biologist, there's a zookeeper, you can do anything to do with the environment, and science especially, as we all know, is not very women focused at the moment. And I thought environmental sciences weren't really taught either. It was very much focused on forces and friction. You can tell I love teaching science. But I really wanted the children to have an opportunity to actually immerse themselves in the environment that they live in.
Now that's absolutely brilliant. Can I come to your class?
You can by all means. You can by all means.
It sounds really interesting, but I really like your approach. It sounds absolutely incredible. And that sounds wonderful. And anyone that is watching that would like to follow this, it's at the Eco Educator, isn't it? That's scrolling across the bottom there. So that's the Instagram page that is scrolling across the bottom there, if you wish to join that and see what is going on. It's very, very good. So going back to your appearances that you've done this year, I've seen you've done things like the Earth Hour in March, was where I did it as well. So did my daughter, where you turned off your devices for 60 minutes, things like that. It's probably right up your street. What other sort of appearances have you been doing on the lead up?
So a lot of my appearances are very much online based at the moment. So I do interviews with industry specialists, and I've also been outside, just in my local area, really, doing random litter picks. I really need to put the pictures up, so you've just reminded me to do so. I also do a lot of online webinars where I speak to different specialists, myself included, actually, as a specialist, because I have been lucky enough to be included in ZSL. They are the company who own London Zoo and Whipsnade. They've asked me for my specialism, which I never thought would be my specialist subject, about the environment in education, which has been brilliant so far. I've also been doing a lot of work with WWF, because I was due to run the London Marathon for them back in October, but I was ill, so I lost my place with them. But I have been continuing to do work with them and the charity sector. But I've got a lot more actually coming up and being planned, and they are all in the works. So keep an eye out for May half term, because I do everything during the school holidays.
That's amazing. Catch up with everything. So WWF, I remember doing when I was at primary school, I did a walk for them. That's how long they've been going, a long time, haven't they? Without a doubt. So I remember that. I remember that from I'm not going to say how old I am now, but it's quite a while ago.
Well, the thing is that the environment has actually been in the education system since 1972.
Yeah.
But teachers were reluctant to teach it because they believed it was a load of hooey.
That's quite interesting to know, isn't it? So yeah, well, it's definitely in the 80s I did this walk, isn't that?
So you're not that old.
No, I'm definitely not saying. I'm not saying. But yeah, so the finals are in August. What's the date of the finals in August?
Oh, it's the 5th of August, and it's at East. I was about to say East London. Don't go to East London. East Midlands Hilton Hotel. So this is where I get my words mixed up.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yes, East Midlands Hilton Hotel, and it is in a beautiful, beautiful conference room. And I was there last year, and I adored every minute of it. So going again.
I'm living for these Hilton hotels at the moment. They're great, aren't they?
They're fantastic.
Conference rooms are great. They're just perfect for pageants, aren't they? I just, like I say, we just got back from our journey in London, haven't we? So it's been like really, really good. And yeah, that's a Hilton, and I literally could stay there. But it's not far from the Harry Potter studios apparently, so I might just pop in there again.
It wasn't. No.
Yeah.
And warm cookie on arrival.
I know. Now that's the bit, isn't it? When you arrive and you get a warm cookie, I'm just like that. Hi. You just pretend to go out and come back in again, and then get another one.
Yes,
I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
I didn't try that. Did you try that?
I couldn't have it because it wasn't vegan. I just looked at it.
Oh,
and went,
no. Okay, that's one thing you have to write now. Just can you please make some vegan cookies as well? We'll be all right.
Make it vegan. And I didn't want to be that person who was like, oh, I'm vegan. I just took it back to my hotel room and I went, I'm so sorry.
Oh, bless you. So yeah, but so the finals are coming up pretty quickly. I mean, August, where are we now? It was May already, so you've got a few months. So how is your preparation going?
It's going really well, actually, and I'm glad that no one can see it, but my dress has arrived.
Woo! That's always a really exciting bit. I love that bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has arrived. I haven't tried it on yet because I need to go back in the gym.
Oh, yeah. I need to do that, but it's fine. I'll do it next week. I keep saying that though. I'll start next week, but then it's cold and it's raining, and then I think, but that's actually no excuse if I'm going swimming because you get wet anyway. But still,
yes. Well, I know this is really bad, but I use the excuse of, well, I ran the London Marathon a couple of weekends ago, so I don't have to be in the gym. And I thought, I've run 26.2 miles. I can do whatever I like now. Turns out my butt doesn't think the same. So,
you look absolutely fantastic. But if you did that incredible thing the other week, you're allowed a couple of weeks off to chill.
I'm allowed.
So,
I'm allowed.
You got to enjoy yourself. But no, well, thank you so much for coming on. It's been an absolute hoot, to be honest. You do crack me up. You're brilliant. But us all at Pageant Land wish you all the best with the finals, and thank you so much for coming on to chat to us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. I've been looking forward to this for months because we did book this months ago. So
I know it has been months. So I better let everyone know. Next week we do have the lovely Jade Daniel, who's in the UK's National Miss. I've forgotten to put the picture up again. I did that last week as well. It's getting into the routine again, isn't it? But
yes,
it's fine. I should put it up on the website. So yeah. Anyway, thanks again so much for coming on, and all the best for the final.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. See you, lovely lot.
Bye.